It's so hot out. I hate the heat. Things you gotta do to make a video, you know? What's going on, guys? I just got back from a 3-day backpacking trip on the Long Trail with some pretty cool dudes. We had a blast, it was a great time, and we just... a real fun group of guys. I'm working on that video. That edit will be coming out shortly, but before I do that, what I wanted to do was a gear loadout video. Ooh, thunder. I've never done a gear loadout video. This is my first one. Let's get to it. First up, we have the backpack. This is a Hilltop Packs Raven UL 40 liter. It's a Dyneema backpack, frameless, that weighs 18 ounces, and I love it. It's awesome. I'm very happy with it. I also have a Hilltop Packs water pouch. This is a Dyneema water bottle pouch. It attaches to your backpack strap pretty much wherever you want to put it. It's adjustable, and it's made for water bottles. It's not what I use it for, but it works, and this adds 1 ounce to my pack weight. And that's where I keep my GoPro for filming. Easy access, it's quick to get to. I just pull it out of here while I'm on the move and start filming. Also, Hilltop Packs Fanny Pack, which clips into the pack. It's all part of the system. And this is where I keep my phone. When I'm on backpacking trips, I record with my phone. I have the iPhone 11 Pro with a Shure MV88 microphone. Pretty decent setup, works for me. Alright, so what's inside the pack? In my mesh pocket, I have a piece of a Thermarest Z-Lite closed cell phone pad for sitting on. You know, I just pull up to a spot, take this out, sit on it. Also in the pouch I have a trekking pole, my Sawyer Squeeze water bags. I carry 2 of them, and I have my first aid kit. Inside my first aid kit is my toiletry bag, a toothbrush, toothpaste, toilet paper, hand sanitizer, Gold Bonds, and all kinds of other stuff. I'll go over what's in my first aid kit in another video. And that's it for this mesh pocket. I have water bottle, same thing everyone else carries. A liter each, smart water bottles. This backpack has mesh pouches on each side. I have my water filter kit, which is the Sawyer Micro. I have my headlamp in here, which is a Petzl Tika, and a compass. On the other side, I have my fuel for an alcohol stove, stakes in line for my tarp, and stakes in line for my tent. I have an extra phone holder here, Swiss Army knife. That's it for the outer pockets. Let's dive inside this thing. Inside the bag, I have my food bag, my bear bag, Hilltop Packs. This is a small 1 to 3 day Dyneema bear bag from Hilltop Packs, complete with the hanging kit. I've also got my Hilltop Packs Dyneema electronic bag. Inside that we have my solar battery pack. This is 20 milliamps. Keeps me going for about a week. There's a phone cable to charge my phone, and there's a cable to charge my GoPro as well. Also inside I have another Hilltop Packs Dyneema battery pack. This is for my GoPro batteries, and I keep 1 extra battery. So between this 1 battery and the charging cable and the battery pack, I'm good to go for quite some time. Now this is a dual pouch battery bag. Your good batteries go in the front in the green, and when your battery dies, you put the dead battery in the red pouch. That way you know what's good, what's not. Real easy, real simple. Alright, here's my rain gear. I brought pants, which I'm not going to do again because you don't need pants in the summertime. Rain pants are useless unless it's cold, in my personal opinion. And I have this old EMS rain jacket, which weighs 14 ounces. I've had this thing for about 10 years and it wets out almost instantly, so I'm not bringing that anymore either. Speaking of not bringing things on backpacking trips anymore, here's my Goal Zero lantern. This thing's awesome, but It's a half a pound, and on backpacking trips, when you're really starting to focus on cutting down on weight, this is one of those things that it's not really that necessary. But it's awesome. That's an awesome lantern. Frog Togs poncho. These things rock. Alright, now, I brought a flask of bourbon for 3 days and I didn't even finish it. Not only one, but two. I'm losing my touch. Here's my cook pot, and what I'm using for a cooking setup is this right here. It's an Esbit mug, 450 milliliters. And inside it, I have a tea steeper, a screen that I made out of hardware cloth for my cup to sit in. I have aluminum foil to use as a windscreen. And I have a homemade alcohol stove. I also have this right here, which I use to put the stove out. Right? When this is cooking, I just take this guy, boom, done. The whole thing comes in at 7.6 ounces. This is my ultralight plate. It cost me nothing because this was one of my daughters when she was much younger. It's plastic, whatever. Spoon. Definitely not a spoon. And here's a pot, little pan that honestly, I mean, probably not going to bring that anymore either. So, more weight, gone. The spoon though, fork, it's a fork, and the plate, I'll keep bringing more. Okay, here's my wooden saw that I made on my own. This is a 21-inch buck saw. It weighs 12 ounces. It's really light, but again, it's a backpacking trip. I did use it, but not all that much. This is more for like canoe camping, winter camping. I'm not gonna bring a saw on summer backpacking trips anymore. So there goes that. Here's my homemade pillow pouch that I made for my inflatable pillow, because it's nice and soft. You don't have to be sleeping with your face on this sil nylon or polyester or whatever this pillow is made out of. I don't know. It's the Climate Pillow X. Never really been a pillow person, but my wife gave this to me as a gift and I'm using it. So far it's working pretty well. Here's the pump sack to my Nemo tensor, which is right here. This thing is awesome. I love it. But I'm still thinking about getting an Uber Light or something of the sort. I swear to God, my whole life, I've never been a Graham Weenie, but I'm turning into one, for sure. It's fun. I'm getting into it. Here is my Paria Sanctuary Sill Tarp, 10 by 12. This thing is awesome, but I didn't need it. I usually don't need it when I bring it, and I just don't think I'll be bringing this on backpacking trips anymore. So there goes another, like, 1.2 pounds or something of the sort. Lanshan 1 Pro. That's my shelter of choice on these trips. It's cheap, it's affordable, it works, it's awesome. My Get Out gear, puffy down quilt. This thing weighs 1 pound, it's rated to 45 degrees, and it's all I need this time of year. All I need. Hardly even use it. I have my extra clothes, which I probably brought too much of. This all on its own weighs about 3.5 pounds. I know I can do better. And then I have this piece of closed cell foam, which I cut and put in the bag to give just a little bit of support, because this is a frameless backpack. This backpack all on its own weighs 18 ounces. And as you can see, it doesn't really have much structure to it. So this comes in real handy. And also, as I learned on this last trip, when you're camping with a bunch of dudes that have hammocks, I was the only tenter, sometimes unforeseen things happen and you end up at a shelter and those people that have hammocks don't have pads. So these come in useful to your buddies. Right, Jason? That's it. That's my gear loadout. Now, this pack without food and water weighs exactly 20 pounds. Right before we started the trip. and I mean right before we started the trip. Out of the cars, all packed up, ready to go. We weighed our backpacks, and mine came in at just a hair over 25 pounds. That's with 2 liters of water. Each liter weighs about 2 pounds, just a tad over, so it's 4 pounds right there. That's it, guys. Like I said, I'm not much of a gram weenie, but I'm definitely starting to go down that route. And at 25 pounds, it seems a little bit heavy, and I know a lot of you guys are probably going to be like, whatever, you could do a lot better. And I know that. I mean, I probably have 4 pounds of stuff right there. I should weigh it up. Maybe I'll weigh it. And all that gear right there that I brought that maybe I didn't need to comes out to another 5 pounds. That's 5 pounds of gear that I carried that I didn't need to. I'm starting to go down that road of counting those grams. I mean, I've gotten to the point where I'm cutting down my toothbrush and doing some of those tricks, so here we are. So my goal for my next backpacking trip is to have a sub 20 pound bag. That's with food and water. So that's what I'm going to go for. That's what I'm going to try. We'll see. Maybe I'll get close and be able to do it. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm still going to bring enough to have a good time because ultimately that's what it's all about. But I'm really starting to work on these numbers. So, Hilltop pack rocks. Also, I'd like to mention that this is the first backpacking trip that I've ever gone on, ever, in my entire life, where I've eaten all my food. Usually I pack a ton of extra food just in case someone else needs some, or maybe we're sitting around a camp for longer than we thought we were going to and I get bored and want to eat. Whatever the occasion. I always bring too much food, and this time I nailed it, right down to nothing. It's perfect. With the exception of get out gear, the puffy down, and tack niner carbon fiber poles, all the gear that was in this pack has been bought and paid for by me. This video is sponsored in no way, shape, or form. It's just the gear that I'm using for now. It's gear that I'm getting used to, or like, or testing out, or what have you. It's just what I'm using. I'm not saying it's the best. I'm not saying it's the worst. I'm just saying it's what I'm using for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. The video of our trip on the long trail is coming out soon. I'm working on it right now. I'll get it out as soon as I can. So if you're interested in seeing that, keep your eye out for it. It's coming up soon. Or maybe hit the like button and subscribe. Hit that notification bell and it'll let you know when the video's up. I'd appreciate it. That helps me out a lot. My name is Justin, and I'll talk to you later. I appreciate you. Thanks for your support.